Chicka! Woo! Yeah! Oh. Hey there. Hi. Oh, crap. I forgot about the video this week. Yeah, exactly right, but hold on one second. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Husker fans, to the 5th episode of the DA Husker Fanalytical Show. I'm your host, Raphael. Okay, let's be serious. I'm actually Derek Arthur. I am your host. This week, we talk about the number 15 Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Purdue Boilermakers, and what I'm going to assume could be a possible trap game for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. First and foremost, hat off, hat on. All right. I just want to wish. The reason I'm dressed up like this is because it's Halloween, people. Never been a real big fan of Halloween, but I'm feeling it this year. I'm really feeling it this year. I'm basically like a 10-year-old kid trapped in a very hairy 26-year-old body. As much as I love candy, so if you want to send me candy, go ahead. But I live in Harlem, so I gotta be really tipsy on beer is my choice of alcohol to go out in public like this. So that's what I will be doing this year. So I just want to wish everybody happy Halloween. Be safe, have fun, keep warm because it's probably gonna be pretty cold this week, and most importantly, don't be a dumbass. Because this holiday brings out a lot of dumbassery in a lot of people. Yeah. So let's just get right down to it, folks. Also, I introduce my co-host, Mr. Harley. Say hello to the folks, people. Hello. I'm going to put you down now so we can talk Husker football. This game, like I said earlier, Purdue. We're playing Purdue, the Boilermakers. It could be a big trap game for Nebraska. Purdue is a better team than they were last year. They could have beat Michigan State this year. I watched the entire game. They should have beat them. It was right after the Husker game. I was really depressed, and I was like, please beat Michigan State. But then again, I was thinking Michigan State loses, it hurts Nebraska's chances, so forth and so forth. But they also should have won versus Minnesota. They lost by 1 point, and they should have beat Notre Dame in the non-conference schedule because Notre Dame isn't that good. So, suck it, Lou Holtz. They are coming off, Purdue is coming off a bye this week, so they are going to be as healthy as possible, and they're going to have a lot of rest, which Nebraska probably doesn't right now. They are led by their quarterback, who has taken over. Purdue at the beginning of the year was in a 2-quarterback rotation. Danny Etling, I think his name was, and Austin Appleby. They've handed over the reins to Austin Appleby, and he's done a legit job so far. He is like my underrated quarterback of the Big Ten right now. Remember, it was a 2-quarterback thing, so he's only thrown for 655 yards, but he's averaging 5.7 yards per carry. So he could burn the Huskers through the air and on the ground. He has 29 touches, so 300 yards almost. Over 300 yards rushing. And he has 4 touchdowns to his name, I believe. Yeah, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Could hurt us. Their rushing attack is... Nebraska's faced a lot of running backs by committee this year. And this is another one. It's a 2-headed monster. Akeem Hunt is going to be their first down back. And then they'll mix in their second running back, which is Raheem Mostert. I would assume that's his name. in for third down opportunities because he's a better pass catcher. Between the two of them, they have over 1,000 yards on the ground and 8 touchdowns. They had a really... That whole offense had a really good game against Michigan State, while Nebraska did not. So, let's hope for the worst. They are solid, quick. Running backs are quick. And if they get to the second level and out to the outside, it could hurt Huskers. We're not particularly fast in the linebacker situation, so that could burn us big time. Their defense isn't really that good. There's no other way to say it. They're young. Like I said, I watched the entire Michigan State game when they played Purdue, and they're really young. I think most of their players and starters on the defense side are sophomores or actual true freshmen. They're quick. They're really quick. They just missed a lot of tackles, or really technically, weren't that well at technicalities on the defensive side of the ball. So Nebraska has a good chance to burn them there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's get straight back to the Nebraska since this is a Husker vlog. Let's get straight down to the Husker business. I decided, like I did last week, I'm just going to bring a couple of topics up, and we'll go from there. Just discuss my take on those topics. But first, I'm just going to go into a couple things on the offensive side, defense side of the ball. Last week, we came out with the victory. If we hadn't played well in the first 2 quarters, we could have came out with an L. It seems we got it by a lot of points, and we pretty much just settled in and stopped caring. At least on the defensive side of the ball. We allowed Rutgers 24 points. Which pissed a lot of people off because a lot of people didn't cover that spread, which was 21 points. We should have kicked the field goal to win it. Okay, it was safe to say I probably was one of those person that bet the spread. Never again. Big congratulations to Kenny Bell on passing Nate Swift on the receptions board. All-time Nebraska receptions leader is now Kenny Bell, so congrats on that, kid. We owe you a debt. We thank you for everything you have done. At Nebraska, you've made us laugh, you made us cry, you made us happy. You pissed off some fans, but those are the shitty ones. Those are the crappy fans that aren't part of the greatest fans in the world. I'm not one of those. I've had your back 24/7. Congratulations on that. And then since Amir got a record, I'm just gonna be like, he doesn't deserve recognition because he's gonna get the other records. But congratulations to Amir Abdullah on that record that he got too. Practice touchdown on defense. Seems this is just a string we go through. Every single week, they'll score a touchdown on the first drive. Pretty much, you just don't have to show up until, if you're, going to a game or, just don't show up till, 5-10 minutes after the game started. You'll just see a 7 on the scoreboard or a 3. I mean, that's the thing what I think about this Nebraska squad is. Watching all the games, I'm a diehard Husker fan. I'm critical of everything they do. Am I happy about it? No. But the best thing about this team is if we at least play 1.5 good quarters, we're in the game. We're either going to win it or we're going to be damn close to winning it. Michigan State game, to be honest, we were down a ton of points, and we came back in the 4th quarter. That's the great thing about this Nebraska team is we only really need to play 1.5 good quarters to win. But I'd really like to see 3 or 4 quarters played. I'm not the only person. I know there's a lot of people out, say it. But I believe the team is good enough to play 1.5 quarters, solid 1.5 quarters, and we'll be in it to win it. Defense, like I said, didn't look that great in the second half. What are you going to do about it? A W's a W. Win or lose, we booze, folks. Tradition. Alright. I'm just going to get right down to it. Talking points. The first college football playoff poll has been released. And Nebraska's coming out number 15. That's awesome. I thought we might be like 20, 21. I thought the voters are going to be like, LSU and Oklahoma and like all the other 2 lost teams going to be in front of Nebraska. No, we ended up 15 and we're ahead of host Ohio State, so screw you, Ohio State. Don't like you, Urban Meyer. Never have. Never will. But there is a lot of bias going on in the ESPN front. All the commentators are like, no, we're not biased. It's all about the SEC network, which ESPN owns. There was a great article in the Rolling Stones, which I will publish in the details description below. Everybody should take a look at it. It basically pretty proves the fact that ESPN is biased. They are the home of the college playoff, so if they have at least 30 teams in, it helps their ratings. They are pretty smart with the business choice, but you can't be biased if you're a journalist on national news that dictates a lot of stuff. Michigan State ended up at 8. Notre Dame at 10. Thank you. I guess Lou Holtz doesn't have a vote in anything. Alrighty. Is that right? Lou Holtz, you dummy. Yes. Also this week, I follow this guy named Michael Severe. A lot of people know him. He's the guy at the bottom line for the Omaha World Herald. Used to be an Omaha news guy. If you don't follow him, you should follow him on Twitter. You should, listen to his daily podcast show. It's like 4 hours long, but oh well. He's really good. He brought up the question this week, like, if Tim Beck leaves, who would be the Nebraska offensive coordinator? I brought up Joe Gans. I figured Nebraska, it's Bo Pelini. He'll promote from within. But he brought up, Michael brought up the whole thing that, if Tim Beck leaves, he'll take Joe Gans with him. Well, Nebraska has more money. So I believe Nebraska would hit him. But I wouldn't mind seeing kind of like what a lot of teams in the NFL do, have a passing coordinator and a running coordinator. Ron Brown being the running coordinator and Coach Fisher be the passing coordinator, and then one of those two calls the plays or something like that. I'm okay. Everybody brought up Scott Frost. He's not leaving. He won't leave his position unless it's a head coaching job with the Power 5 school. It's a given. Love the guy, Scott Frost. Think he'd be a good, head coach if Bo Pelini were to be fired for Nebraska. But he's never going to take a coordinator position in another school. The next job for him is going to be a head coach. I'm pretty much happy with anybody but Cotton. Pretty much I'm hoping that when all the Cotton boys graduate, Bo Pelini's like, I'm done with your services. Go retire somewhere and eat all the food and make the locker room stinky. Okay, cool. All right, prediction time. I predict the Cornhuskers will come out big. I think it'll be a closer game than people think. Hopefully our defense plays good. Fingers crossed. I got the Huskers winning 44. Purdue 31. Again, that is Nebraska 44, Purdue 31. Plug time. I'm dressed as a Ninja Turtle. I did a Ninja Turtle sketch with some friends of mine with a sketch group called Teddy Beard. They're also a production company. I will post the link below, so you should go watch me be an idiot as I try to cast myself in the recent Ninja Turtle movie. I wear this costume. I do a lot of acting. You should go watch it. It would be a good time. And share it with the world, people. It's funny. Alright, folks. I'm Raphael / Derek Arthur. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe on Halloween. Go Big Red. Go Huskers. I'm out. Or not.